Hello Dragon Wisps, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be starting a series of videos. They're going to be short videos, probably for Friday night fillers or something. But it's going to be basically video tutorials on Dungeons and Dragons. For today's video, I hope you enjoy the pitter patter of the rain. If you can hear it. If not, I'm sorry. But anyway, as usual, I'd like to remind you to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet to become a Dragon Wisp. And if you have already, great. And if you'd like to support the channel more directly, as always, in the description I've got the Patreon and shop links, as well as the link to the Discord channel if you would like to come and join that. Now I'm going to be playing around with some stuff, but I'm also going to be trying to do some hand movements throughout. Somebody has suggested that I move my hands more throughout videos, as much as possible. As I'm in my car, I don't have a spot right now to really put the camera, so I'm going to be holding it with my one hand over there. But anyway, so the first video, I'm going to be talking about attributes, because as most people who've played Dungeons & Dragons know, as well as anyone who's watched my character creation videos, that the first thing you're going to want to roll is your attributes. Now, of course, you're going to choose where the rolls go once you've chosen your race and class, but for the most part, you're still going to roll them first. Alright, so first one we're going to talk about, strength. And we're going to go down the list. I don't have the sheet with me, but I've done it enough times to know in which order we go. So, strength. This affects, well, strength-based stuff. You've got various skill checks that require strength, like you got climb and jump, stuff like that. But it also affects your weapon attack for close range, and your damage on a melee weapon or a thrown weapon, as well as your carrying capacity, bull rush checks, grapple checks, opposing grapple checks, stuff like that. So for your martial classes, so your fighter, your barbarian, melee-based ranger, knight, samurai, and so forth, strength would be one of your most important attributes, because that's your ability to hit. Then we have your dexterity. Dexterity affects, honestly, a fair bit more than strength. First of all, you've got your dexterity-based skills, like your sleight of hand, your move silently, things like that. But it also affects your initiative, your ability to dodge, which I know in at least one of the videos I've chosen armor for the character that gives the most dexterity bonus. So like, as long as you're not flat-footed, your dexterity does affect your armor class, because the armor class is essentially your ability to not take damage. And one of the best ways to not take damage is to not get hit. Let's see, what else? Ranged weapon attack. It doesn't affect ranged damage, though. That again, like even with bows, like composite longbows and things, you're going to use your strength bonus, but that's if you've got strength bonuses put onto the bow. But I'm getting into complicated stuff, so that's definitely for later. Let's see. Anything else for dexterity? I don't think so. Which brings us to Constitution. Hit points. Oh, no, hang on. Back to dexterity real quick. Your reflex save is affected by your dexterity. So that's things like traps that give you a reflex save, or spells that'll give you a reflex save. I kind of like this. It's more mysterious for the video. But you can see my... Oh, that's my hand. That's my free hand. Which hand? Mysterious. Anyway, so anything that'll give you a free reflex save. Now, Constitution. Constitution, as I was saying, is your hit points. Constitution save, so that's like saves to resist poison. Let's see. Hit point, Constitution saves. Constitution-based skills. I think that's basically it for Constitution. But, hit points are one of the most important things for those who cannot dodge attacks. So, your sorcerer, wizard, bard, even your rogue, and of course many more advanced classes, you're going to want more Constitution. Then I believe the next one is Intelligence, which in itself really just is self-explanatory. You've got your intelligence-based skills, obviously. Like your knowledges. Yeah, I think those are knowledge. I think that's intelligence. Various other skills. Your skill points are affected by your intelligence. You get an extra skill point for each intelligence modifier point you have. Languages. You know more languages at character creation. If you have more languages, you get another language every, once again, ability modifier point. You start off with your common and your racial language, but then there's an entire list of languages you can choose from, and depending on the dungeon master, they'll tell you can only choose from the list that your race has, or in my case, you can choose any language that is available within reason. Preferably, I would like it to make sense as to why you chose that language, but for the most part, other than Druidic, nothing's off limits. Intelligence also affects, if I'm correct, because it's either intelligence or wisdom, wizard spells. Pretty sure it's intelligence. And then sorcerer's charisma. But anyway, moving right along. Next we have wisdom. Wisdom, first and foremost, affects your will save, which most spells will allow a will save. Then you've got wisdom-based skills. I think clerics spells are wisdom based. I think that's it. I don't use like spellcasters often, so I'm not 100% sure which ability affects which, but I'm pretty sure wisdom is cleric. There are seagulls here. They're attacking my car. Okay. So the rain stopped, so the seagulls are coming. Anyway, back to this. And then we have charisma. The ability stat that is honestly so widely debated, it's not even funny. Like, basically, charisma is your general, for lack of a better word, attractiveness to everybody else. Now, some people take this literally, and they'll say, well, you know, you have higher charisma, so you're better looking. And then, you know, they've got others, myself included, who will say, like, while that is technically a plausible explanation of it, for the most part, I consider it more like for example, your ability to talk to people. It can be your general attractiveness, ability to talk to people, ability to convince people to do what you want them to do. Basically, like charisma really is. It affects skills like diplomacy, obviously, bluff. I believe sense motive is affected by charisma. But yeah, there are various skills affected by charisma, as well as a cleric or paladin's turn check, sorcerer's spells. I'm pretty sure is charisma. If not, it's wisdom. Either way. And I think there's not much actual use for charisma. A lot of people use it as their dump stat. Me, it depends on my character. Like if I'm playing as a rogue, I'll generally have more charisma because it's more beneficial to me. Now let's see, was that? Yeah, that's all the abilities. I guess a point I can make too is the best way to differentiate intelligence and wisdom. What is it? Intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. So the two essentially can go hand in hand, but it's not like they're unable to be standalone from each other. Sorry about that. I needed a drink. Yeah. Now another point too is all these abilities, while they do have skills tied to them, your DM or Dungeon Master, for those of you that don't know, can also have you just use basic stuff like use a strength check to see if you can open the door. Use a charisma check to see if you can convince the goblin to allow you to pass. Make a wisdom check to see if you remember this. You know, stuff like that. Yeah, so that covers, as far as basics go, the ability scores. Well, not ability scores, the stats, the ability stats. And before I go, one thing I'd like to remind, and I know I've said it in video, is that what was it? Right, your modifier points. So 10 is a 0 no matter what. And what it is every 2 above 10, you gain 1. So 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and so on. And it goes in reverse. And I believe in reverse it's every odd number. So 9 is a -1, 7's a -3, then -2, sorry, for 7, -3 for 5, -4 for 3, -5 for 1. And then 0, 0 is a tricky one, because depending on the ability, it can cause major problems. For example, if your strength is 0, you no longer have the ability to support your own body weight. Your bones are too heavy. Constitution hits 0, you have no constitution, you are dead on the spot. Stuff like that. Like, for example, with intelligence, anything considered an intelligent creature has a 3 in intelligence. Which, it's still a -4, but that's what's considered intelligent. So things like insects have less than 3 because they're more of a hive mind setup. But the hive brain of the insect will have a higher intelligence. If that makes sense. But anyway, so that's it for your basic explanations there. Next time, I think we're going to go over the base races. So feel free to tune in for that. So right about now, as always, you're going to have a subscribe button up here, latest video for the channel over here, a video recommended for you by YouTube over here, and over here is going to be a playlist. I haven't decided yet what it is. So once again, thank you for joining me, and as always, have a peaceful day. Bye.